All right, looks like it's time. Let's go. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. We're making a tray today. And probably a couple other little things. But hello, how are people doing? This is for a commission. There's living alcohol on the outside of it. I'm like, why is my hand damp? Let's put that over there. All right. This is for a commission. We're gonna get that all figured out. I have all my materials here for that. Well, at least most of them. I need to figure out, I think, maybe some glitter. But I've got that, at least mostly all of the pieces there for that. And then let's see, I want to make some more keycaps, because I was making keycaps for my dad for Christmas, and I've only got like 2 that turned out. So I want to have like 5 at least, I think. I want to have like at least 5, and it's getting close. So I'm going to try to remake this one, which was it ended up being a mess, but with little mechanical bits in it. See if it'll find it. See if it'll find it. Ah, never likes to find things. Find it, find it. Come on, you can do it, camera. Oh, sure, now it can't find me. There we go. Well, there you go. It ended up a mess, but you get the idea with the mechanical bits. We're going to try and do that again and actually have it work this time, preferably. So we've got that. So I'm going to do like 3, I think. I could do 4, because I'm kind of trying to debate what exactly I want to do. I'm trying to do things that kind of remind me of my dad. So I'm doing like the mechanical bits. I was thinking of doing some sort of space-themed one, because I remember going out with him and like looking through a telescope type thing. Either doing like a planet or maybe the moon. Because I got these little space charms. We'll see if we can find these. It never likes to find things. There we go, little space charms. Got a bunch of little space charms. And so I was thinking maybe one of these. Do kind of a spacey one. Oh, a little shooting star would be cute. But then also, what gave me the idea to do this was that my dad was looking at some of my stuff and saw my little bat keycaps. Like, they have little bats like flying in front of like a little opalescent moon. And he was just like, oh, that's cool. I should get a keyboard that will work with those. And so I was like, maybe I should make him one of those, because that was kind of the thing that was like, made him go, that's cool. But then also, I realized that I have little, like, Christmassy mint polymer clay slices. And so I was like, you know, one of the things that makes me, one, this is for Christmas, and 2, when I think of my dad, I also think of candy, because he definitely has a sweet tooth. So maybe I'll make 4 today instead. Maybe I'll do 4. I'll do a space one. I'll do a space one that's gonna have like blues and purples in it. Like, let me grab. That's gonna be a Petri with like blues and purples. I've already done a purple Petri, so maybe we'll do blue, like blue and black actually. We'll do like a blue and a black. Where's my black? Where's my black ink? Oh, here's my black ink. It's right in front of me. I just was not looking at it. So we'll do a space one with like a blue and a black ink, I think. So that's figured out. I will do one of the little flying bats and moon. Oh, you know, maybe I will do I'll do a kind of like a mica drop swirled with this and maybe a little bit of gold foil. So I'll have a couple of like these in there, the little like kind of candy bits, and then we'll have kind of like some shimmery green and maybe a little bit of gold foil in there as well. That seems like a good plan. So let me get all of my pieces here. We've got that. Ugh. End up with just little flakes of resin in here. Let's see if I can get that out. Oh, there's resin on here. Makes it hard to pick things up. All right, there we go. So I think this one will be the bat one because I think the little dark flakes of resin won't show up the most on that. So for that, let me just grab 3 little bats here. I feel like 3 is just a good number. Always looks good. And then actually, let's see, the deeper part's gonna be the top of the key, so we'll have them flying that direction. I want to get them kind of spaced sort of evenly, but also so that they look kind of random. There we go. So just have them in there. 3 little flying bats. And then I'm going to grab one of these, which are very like pearlescent. Very, very shiny. Got lots of color in there. And then we'll grab one of these smaller ones here, and we're going to put that kind of in the corner here behind this bat, so that the bat will kind of show up. The bat will kind of show up a little bit better, because we're going to put kind of a dark background on it, so the bats that are kind of flying around not in front of the moon will be a little bit harder to see, but then if it's like backlit or something, it's kind of, you know, they kind of show through. It's kind of fun. All right, so there's those. And then the last one, I'm gonna grab a couple of these. Should I do 3 of these as well? Maybe like 3 of these. Yeah. Or should I grab more than 3? That's the real question. Should I grab more than 3? I want to make them look, yeah, probably more than 3. I want to make them look kind of natural-ish. That might be easier to do once, let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 5. 5 is good. 5 covers up a bit of the area, but also leaves space for the green and the gold to show through. So I think we'll do 5. We'll do 5. And then for that, I'm going to need a little mixing cup. Let's find a little mixing cup. Actually, I'll need a couple little mixing cups, because I'll need one for the gold foil, and I'll need one for the green that's going to go in. This had green in it before, so we'll use this for the green. And then we need one with just a little tiny bit of gold foil, like just the barest amount of gold foil, let's be real here. This one also had green in it, but I think we got it all out. There's green on the outside, but that's fine. So let's grab, should I do gold foil? Yeah, I think gold foil will be nice. We're just going to do, seriously, like a tiny amount of gold foil. That's probably more than I even need, but I don't need very much of the gold foil. It's not a very big thing. It's rather small. All right. So we've got that. All right, and then let's see, what else do I have here? right, the fourth one I was going to do. Did I do? Yeah, probably. I might be able to do a thinner one. So I've got kind of two different sizes of keycaps. There's actually like 4 different sizes of keycap. Well, I mean, there's obviously the different like shapes and stuff, but there's kind of 4 main sizes of keycap. And I've got the like the top row ones and the bottom row ones. And this one is a top row one, and it's a little bit thicker, and then the bottom row ones are a little bit thinner. And I'm wondering if I could fit some of these screws and things in here, in one of the smaller ones. So I'm just going to set a couple in here. Let's find some pieces actually. So I've got a bunch of little tiny screws. And I want to get some that are like kind of different shapes and sizes, but are all small. But I need ones that are gonna, you know, fit in there too. I want different colors. That one might be too big. Guess we'll find out. We can try it. And then I also want, I think, I might grab some more of those. I might need some more of those. But I also want to grab some other little mechanical parts too. So I have some little tiny gears. Some little tiny gears. We'll grab like 2 of those maybe. Grab 2 little tiny gears. And some other like weird little mechanical parts that came from something. I don't know what I think these are also clock parts maybe. But they're the oddly shaped little mechanical parts. So let's grab a couple of those as well. Add a little bit of odd shape in there. Do I need more screws? Maybe. Like I said, I am going with the shorter one this time, so I might not need as many. And it really doesn't take I don't think it'll take a ton of these, to be honest. But let's see how this fills this up, to be honest. Let's see how things look. I want to put some things in here just to see if they're going to cause a problem. No, not the cat hair. That's not what I need to put in there to see if it causes a problem. I'm going to put some of these in here. I'm going to pull them back out because I think I'm going to add these once the resin's actually in. I just want to see if these hit the lid. If it's going to, like, if the lid will actually go on securely. That's my concern. That is my concern. So the lid's not going to go on securely. Maybe let's just try setting some of those in, and let me just see if this clicks into place. Oh, all right. Looks like the lid will sit. Maybe. Maybe it'll sit. Close enough, I think. Alright, I think it's close enough. Actually, let me trim off. There's like these weird little bits in here. They don't actually add anything. So I'm just going to trim those off a little bit because they're just going to get in the way. Alright, cool. So I think that'll work. I should grab some even smaller screws. I think I have some even smaller ones in here because this is all my little tiny ones. And I think I have some like teeny tiny ones in here. That's what I'm looking for. Like, here's one little teeny tiny screw. I I thought I saw another one. This one will work. The little teeny tiny ones are good because I can use them to kind of fill in some of the space so that there's not like big open gaps. Maybe I should back this with some sort of color. That might be good. Maybe I'll steal some of the... That's kind of a cool screw. Maybe I'll back it like I do with the moon one, with a little bit of like black or something. Because you know, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of cool where you can see through it. Maybe it's kind of cool that you can see through it. Maybe I'll leave it. Maybe I'll leave it. Yeah, I'm gonna grab like more than I need, because I'd rather have too many in this little container and then have to put some back. I feel like that's just easier than having to like go rifle through this while I'm all sticky with resin. Okay, I think that's fine. Got some mechanical pieces. Yeah, I think that'll be good. That'll do. Set this over here. Got that figured out. All right, I have a couple other little tiny things over here. I have a D2 that ended up with a big gap in it. Let's see if I can get it so you can see. There you go. Yeah, you can see a big gap there. So I was thinking I might try and fix that. Depending on how much resin I have, because I definitely need enough for the tray. I think I need probably about 80 milliliters at least for the tray, at least 80 milliliters, and then that would leave 20 to do everything else, which I think should be plenty. I have like a set of dice that I'm doing layered over here too. I don't know that I'll actually do that though. I don't think that's gonna happen. But that is a-okay. Do I have my mixing cups for everything? So this stuff, the tray, it's going to probably be easiest to mix that into the mixing cup that I mix the resin in. You know, normally I section things off. I have my little tiny mixing cups here. But oh, hi Maggie, how you doing? I'm making a tray and a few keycaps. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this, because I'm going to end up mixing all this stuff into the actual mixing cup, but it's kind of a pain to try and, like, I don't know, get all this stuff out of the containers after I've already started mixing the resin. So I'm thinking I might try and... To be fair, I've missed a couple of streams lately with Christmas stuff coming up. I think I missed a Saturday, and then I missed a Wednesday too. So that's partially on me. But I'm thinking maybe I'll put these into here and then pour this in. That might be a way to go. I'm not gonna do like the little powdered pigment. I'm trying to figure out, so I'm trying to match a thing, and I'm trying to figure out what glitters I want to use. My slipper's coming off, because I've got, you know, various glitters and stuff, but I don't know if I have one that quite matches what the thing that I'm trying to match. But I mean, I could add like a little bit of really fine red glitter. Like, that's a thing that I could add. I've got really fine red glitter. I don't know if I want really fine red glitter though. I kind of just want to add a little bit of like a macro pearl. Now that's an option. But I do definitely know that I want these things. So I have iridescent flakes here, and this is going to be about 80 milliliters, so we want quite a bit. Oh, there's a cat scratching at the door. Baby, I'm gonna pour resin. There's an unhappy cat out there. Very sad. Very sad that I'm not paying all the attention to her. Alright, iridescent flakes. A little tiny bit more. We can always add more once I've poured the resin, but like I said, it's just easier not to have to. And then we've got some gold foil. Oh, excellent. I'll volunteer. Gold foil. I don't know if I need more than that because I'm going to be adding some other foils too. So we're going to add some copper foil. I got some different foils recently for this, and I needed a red foil, and I've been wanting like a black foil for a while because I've seen it, and I'm like, that's such a cool look. We'll see if I actually end up like using it, because it's one of those things where I need to like figure out, I need to actually like experiment with it, which you know, if I ever get around to it. But I needed a red foil, and it also came with a nice copper foil, which is perfect because I also needed a copper foil for this. I have a different copper foil, but it's not nearly as like bright as this, so it's nice. It worked out well. There we go. There's a good copper. And then we'll add our red. Have a red foil as well. I'll just take a chunk and break it off into there. Hopefully that mixes in well. I think that'll be fine. That'll be fine. And like I said, if I need to add a little bit more after we've already poured the rest, that's fine. Oh, I should also do a keychain to go with this. I almost feel like a crystal would be cool. So I'm gonna pull out a crystal mold. I feel like that'd be cool. So we're gonna pour that into the mixing cup. I don't know if I want to add red glitter or not, because I don't know that that's quite. I don't think that's quite what is going on in the other one. What do I got down here? Yeah, I don't know that I'll add any of that this red glitter, but I'll keep it out. We'll see how it looks and then decide from there. So, we've got all of our things there. I'm going to add the little bit of macro pearl, a little bit of mica powder, and the liquid stuff after we've already poured it in, because that's just going to be easier. If I try to put this in here or this in here, they wouldn't pour out right. Kind of the same with this glitter too, to be honest. It's so fine. Ooh, glitter, you so fine. Okay. Let me think about this. 10. I might have enough resin, because I'm doing a layered set of dice. I have one layer in already, and I want a really, really thin layer, so it's not going to take very much. So maybe we will, if we have enough resin, I'll do the next layer on this set too. But otherwise, move these back here so they're out of the way. Is that everything? That might be everything ready to go. Let me grab that. Is that everything ready to go? I think so. I think that's everything ready to go. So let me drink some tea Get that out of the way. And then we can get pouring. Stretch. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea if you've been sitting around for a while either. Oh. Get up and stretch, or, you know, change your posture a little bit. Alright, there's 2 gloves. Oh, before we do that, actually, I need to clean out a mixing cup, because I don't have a clean mixing cup up here. I need to clean these out. I just use them and then I throw them into my... Better do not, probably true, probably true. I should figure out some different channel point redemption things, because I like some of the like bigger ones that I have, because I have, you know, like I think it's like a 10% off coupon to my shop and stuff if you save them up. But I should figure out some like more interesting smaller point ones, because I don't know, I just don't have any good ideas. I feel like maybe we could do some sort of like fun, like we could probably get it figured out so that, you know, redeeming certain things makes certain things happen on the stream. Like, either like, I don't know. I need to think on that. But if you have any ideas, I'm open to ideas. They won't necessarily happen, of course, depending on what's feasible and what I decide to do. But I am always looking for ideas for stuff like that. Ooh, all right, let me clean this off. We're gonna do that with a little bit of tape here. A little bit of tape. I use so much packing tape. I use so much packing tape in making dice. I use it for cleaning. I use it for like making mold forms. I use it for packaging things. I just use it so much. And it's just, there's one thing that apparently I need for making dice. It's packing tape. What a strange thing that is super helpful for dice making. Let's see, I've used it as, yeah, I've used it for all sorts of things. It's just so useful. I think I need another little piece though. This one's getting a little bit coated in the resin things. Little drops of cured resin. So I guess you're in a completely different time zone than I am, so I don't know what time it is for you. It might be the evening. I was going to say, do you have any fun plans for the day? But I guess it's just me that is doing this at noon. What are my plans for today? I think I'm going to try and get some things sanded. What else? I have to look at my calendar. I'll probably take it kind of chill today. It's Saturday. I've gone back to Saturday being one of my days that I'm actually working. Oh, my nose tickles. So I, like, you know, make my own schedule and everything. I had it set up at one point so that Thursday and Sunday were my days off. And then I started meeting up with a group of friends for dinner on Saturdays, and so I'm like, okay, I'm obviously not getting work done because I'm meeting up with people. So, okay, Saturdays are gonna be my days off. I'll get stuff done on Thursdays. And now because of scheduling stuff, Thursdays Thursday night has now become our night for meeting up and having dinner. So I'm like, all right, back to Saturdays. Back to Saturdays being work days. And we'll see. Things may change again. I have some stuff that I might be doing, like in-person selling stuff, and that might end up being partially on Saturdays. So we'll see. Stream schedule. That's so far off in the future, though, that it's not really a concern at the moment. I'm just starting to think about it now. All right, there we go. There's a clean mixing cup. There's a. Let's grab a new stir stick. Oh no, this one will work. There we go. There's a stir stick. Let's get going. Oh. All right. So, safety equipment on. I'm gonna put on my respirator, so I'm gonna be a little bit muffled for the rest of the stream. Gonna sound a bit like this, but that is the price we pay for safety. I do think I need to get some new filters for these. I think we're getting to that point again. I swear, I go through them so quickly. I feel like I go through the filters so quick, but I guess I do this a lot. So I think they're supposed to be for like 30 hours or something. I probably should go through more often than I do. All right, let me grab the resin. So here's part one, the actual resin. Man, I go through so much resin too. I swear I just got this thing. It's already half down. All right, I'm going to be going kind of quiet for a second here because I can't pour and talk at the same time. Unless we want a mess, which I don't want more of a mess. So I will be right back. Feel free to type at me if you want, though. I'll just respond to it after. Alright, there is part one. And I remembered what it was that I was planning on doing later today. I'm gonna try and finish my mom's Christmas present. That's what it was. See if I can get my mom's Christmas present done, and also add some things to my shop. Alright, and then this is the hardener, part 2. Alright. Alright, that looks good. Let's get this all mixed up. Yeah, I had the most trouble this year figuring out presents for my mom and my dad. Actually, my brother was not easy either. I actually have part of my brother's Christmas present sitting off to the side here because I made him dice. But they are not sanded and polished really at all. So, not quite going to get those done in time, but I have something else for him. But I had so much trouble trying to figure out what to get or make for my mom and my dad. Because, like, my brother and I have been talking about, like, making puzzles for a long time. Because we feel like it'd be really cool to make jigsaw puzzles. Like, take some like original artwork or photography or something and then turn that into like mass-produced jigsaw puzzles type thing, which we'll see if that ever happens. But
then I was talking about, maybe getting just like a single jigsaw puzzle for my mom and maybe my grandma for Christmas, because they both like jigsaw puzzles. I like jigsaw puzzles, but they like jigsaw puzzles. And so that I talked about that, and then we started getting a little bit closer. And I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, so I don't know what to do for mom. And then I remembered that I had like this. It was like a kit that had like kind of a picture printed on it a little bit, and then you were supposed to like paint it with watercolors, and it was like this like kind of small puzzle. And I was like, well, I can just paint over that with acrylic paint and paint something else. So that's what I'm doing. I started painting a still life of a fruit bowl on it, and it's coming along. But I need to get some more work done on it. I need to finish it up, get all the colors in all the right spots. But I think I might be able to finish it today. I just need to be a little bit more focused on each individual part, I think. I think that's probably the way to go. I've got parts of it done, but it's by no means finished. Yeah, and then my dad, I'm making these keycaps, so I'm running a little behind. Both are things that it's just like, okay, these can be done before Christmas. Like these, I'll want to let sit for a couple days and then sand them, and then they'll be ready to go. And the painting, dries so fast, like, so I could be working on that up to the night before if I really have to. I think my brother and I are going to try and wrap Christmas presents together on Wednesday. So, hopefully I have everything done before Wednesday, but I think I'll be okay. I need to sand some other things too. I have a soap dish for one of my grandmas that I need to flatten out the bottom. So I'm gonna take some sandpaper to that. Maybe I'll take some actual sandpaper to that, because that doesn't need to be super pretty on the bottom. That's an idea. Maybe I'll do that later. So my plans for today, I think, are to work on the painting for my mom, and then do some sanding of things. Which now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I should get some things sanded before Christmas as well. And figure out how, and then, yeah, one of my grandmas is getting a soap dish, and the other grandma is getting soap. It's kind of funny, I suppose. It's a very, very soap-themed Christmas. Yeah, that's one of the things that I want to try and get into my shop later today, too. I think. So yeah, I'm going to try and get that painting done, and then I think I'm going to try and get the stuff from the bazaar into the shop today. I need to actually make the listings. I went yesterday and went through all of the photos and found the ones that I liked and cropped them and that sort of thing, which takes a bit of time, to be honest. It's kind of surprising. Like, there's so many like little things that just take time that like I feel like you don't think about, or at least I don't think about. I always feel like, man, I did not get much done today, and then I'm like, I did this little tiny thing, I did this little tiny thing. I went and sorted through all these photos and cropped them, and that took, an hour or two or something. Like, it doesn't feel like it should take that much time, and then it does. I'm a bad judge of time, though. We're starting to get a little bit closer here. Things are starting to look pretty homogeneous. I'm scraping the sides and the bottom, make sure we get all of... Oh, hello, kitty cat! There's a kitty cat outside the door. I don't know if you heard that or not. Baby, I gotta pour resin. It won't take too long. I'll be out in a bit, now we can cuddle. I think the cats have been really cold lately. Baby, why don't you go sleep somewhere? I think the cats have been really cold lately, because they've been very cuddly. Very, very cuddly lately. It's starting to get cold here for sure. It's down into the 30s today, I think. Fahrenheit. So that's 32 Fahrenheit is freezing. So we're right above freezing. Or around freezing. I do like that the place that I live has seasons. Like, you know, we get a little bit of snow. It can get down to like the 20s, which is, you know, below freezing. Red. Clean those off better. But and then in the summer it gets up to like it usually gets over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. No idea what that is in Celsius. Hot though, very hot. But at the same time, like I don't like the extreme temperatures. I like on the one hand it's just like, yeah, it's cool that we have seasons here. Like it's nice, you know, going swimming when it's really hot out, and it's nice when it's like snowy out and you're sitting inside with a cup of cocoa. But I don't like being super hot and I don't like being super cold. I overheat so easy. I get cold easy. No, there's definitely still some stuff that needs mixed, and I can see some lines. I can see a line there, so let's scrape the sides again. Scrape the sides again. Get that all stirred in. It is getting close though. That's the thing, like with the resin. It's kind of like, what have I said? Like I feel like there's 3 things, and I can't remember what the third is. But there's a couple of things that will make it so that your resin does not cure properly. One of them is having moisture. So if you add like water to it, it will not cure properly. It just will not cure. And then the other thing is just not mixing it enough. If you don't have part A and part B mixed together completely, you'll end up with like sticky spots, which is not what you want. I don't want sticky spots in any of my keycaps or my tray here. That would not be good. So let's make sure that this is mixed completely before I start pouring things. Alright, let's see, how does that look? I'm kind of just looking at it, like, see if the light refracts differently or anything. That's kind of how I can see this, if there's any streaks in there. It's looking good. Let me just scrape the sides and the bottom one more time, and I think we'll be good to go. Just as a double check here. I'm not seeing any lines or anything, so I think we're good. Alright, so let's get our keycaps poured. Like I was saying, like I definitely want to make sure I have like at least 80 or so milliliters left. I really should. I should do a little bit of glitter. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should do a little tiny bit of glitter with the space one here. So let's do that. Just the barest amount of glitter. So little. Okay. And we're just going to add a little tiny bit of resin. Alright, for the back one, we're going to fill this up. Oof, makes a mess. Alright. This is the one with the gold foil. I just need a dollop there. And then this is the one that's going to have all the screws and nuts and bolts in it. So I'll fill this one up about halfway or something, because it's going to get a little bit fuller because of the pieces we're going to add. And then here, I literally just need like a drop. There we go. Like a drop of resin. Alright, how much do we got? How much do we got here? Oh, we're at about 90. So let's see, what else did I say that I wanted to do? This one I want maybe like 2.5. That should be enough, I think. Let me see. Let's just make sure that we've got enough resin for everything here. Just put this in. This one just has a little tiny bit of glitter in it. Just because I think it adds a little bit to the space sort of theme. So sure. Oh yeah, I might not have enough resin here, so give me just a second. Let's fill this in. Get all that out. Alright, and we'll add our little tiny shooting star here. Alright, yeah, we might need a little tiny bit more resin in here, so good that I checked. Let's add our, hi Dragoon. What am I working on? I'm making a few keycaps and then we're going to make like a fiery red tray. But I'm getting the keycaps figured out first. This one has like a little shooting star in it. I'm making the keycaps for my dad for Christmas. It's open. Yeah, I've started figuring out keycaps. I should figure out some more, like, I feel like I should figure out some more almost complex designs than what I've been doing, but this is a fun excuse to experiment here too. Alright. I don't want to add too much ink here because it just won't cure quite right. But let's add a little bit of resin and get this filled up. And that might have some weird cool effects as well, but alright. These are blank molds, yeah. These don't have the letters in them now. That's yeah, I'm still figuring that out. I don't have all of the shapes yet either. I just have two, and I still need to figure out how to do space bars. I really want to figure out how to do space bars, but I don't have the right stuff to make. Oh my gosh, come on! Just getting ink everywhere, and it's not where I need it. All right. Oh gosh, come on. Trying to get some black swirls in here and the resin. I'm trying to get these done so that I make sure I have enough resin in them before I put all of the red and everything into the main mixing cup. Yep, these are cherry keycaps. I just have the R4 and the R1 at the moment though. I still need to make the R2 and R3. It's definitely a process for making the molds, so I just really haven't yet. But alright, let's get this in here. It's a little bit. This is just clear with a little bit of gold foil. they are fun to make. They are fun to make. I need to figure out some more exciting designs than what I currently have. Because like I have a few in my shop that I think are fun. Yeah. I ended up making the molds. I did get a system for making the molds. I can't remember who recommended it to me, but there's a like a kind of like a mold form that you can get. But that's why I'm not sure how I'm going to do the space bar. It's because the mold form's built for like the single-sized keycaps and not for any of the larger ones. So I need to figure that out. I forgot to add mica powder. Yeah, so the kind of the problem that I found, so the keycaps that I found is just kind of like the standard keycaps. You know, I ordered a set of keys, like keyboard keys, online. Not like from like a keycap maker, but just like, you know, replacement keys for your keyboard. And the problem is that those keys try to use as little material as possible. So they're very, very thin at the top. And I want to use as much material as possible. I want to have that space to put things in them. And so making just a straight mold of that would not really work, because I don't want the exact shape that's there. So I ended up doing the mold system, but that, you know, I still have that problem for the space bars and stuff. So I need to figure out a way to make it so that the space bars will be like thicker and stuff on the bottom, so there's more space. The resin will be thicker on the top of the keycap, so that I have more space to put things in them, because that's really what I want. I want space to actually put interesting things inside. So I don't know. I haven't thought too much about it yet, partially just because. Yeah, I thought about doing that. It's kind of a mess, but yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking of trying to do. It's figuring out. I don't know the exact levels that things need to be at, though, which is part of the issue as well. I've got those three all kind of figured out. A little bit more resin to this. Alright, so this one I'm going to fill with all sorts of nuts and bolts and things. And I didn't do it like beforehand because I don't want the nuts and bolts and things to have air trapped. Yeah, exactly. I want things to be functional, for sure. That's why, to be fair, I think I've mentioned this before, but I like making things that are usable. That's why I don't make a lot of tchotchkes. I don't make a lot of tchotchkes and stuff. I like making dice because they are something that can actually be used. So I don't know. It is important to me that the things that I make are usable and not just there for looks. I realize that that's maybe silly on my part sometimes, but you know, I don't know. That's just how I like things, I guess. Hopefully this one's not too tall. Move that over there. Hopefully that's not too tall. Trying to get things kind of around the edges here too, so that it doesn't look like everything's just like on the top. I want things to kind of look like they're filling the keycap a bit. So I'm trying to put things so that they're kind of up against the sides here too. Let's see here. this little gear. I'm trying to get things so that they are, I have a whole bunch of little tiny screws and mechanical bits. That's what I'm putting in right now. I'm making keycaps for my dad, and I can't remember if I mentioned that or not since he got here. But trying to put things in that kind of like remind me of him and stuff. And so I always think of him being kind of handy. Unless it's plumbing. He does not like plumbing. Fun random fact about my dad, I guess. He does not like doing plumbing. Would this fit here? Alright. Hopefully that's not too tall. I want it to look like it's full of stuff. I want it to look like it's full of stuff. I need like one more, I think. Just for the side. I need one more for the side. So I'm going to put that kind of there. And then I'm going to, I think, call that good. Hopefully that is low enough that the lid will fit on properly. Alright. I think that is pretty much everything. Oh, my phone is buzzing. Hard to fill such a small area. Yeah, it's like I don't want things to be too. If things are too big, then the base won't sit on there properly. That's more than I need. But if there's like not enough stuff, it just looks kind of empty. That was more than I meant to put in there. That's okay. It's probably a little too dark, but oh well. I'm trying to fill in a little. I had an air gap in this in the corner there. And I can see I got a big air bubble, so I'm trying to fill that in. This is maybe a little bit too dark, but that's okay. That's fine. I have it kind of ombreing anyway, so if there's a darker corner, that's fine. It's funny. So I was thinking about this. You talking about how it's hard to fill such a small area. I was thinking about it at one point, and I feel like there's a certain difficulty that comes with doing things on a really small scale, and there's also difficulties that come with doing things at a really large scale. I feel like there's a sort of medium scale where things are the easiest, which maybe sounds strange, but alright, how much resin we got here? Oh yeah, we got plenty here. Alright. So, I'm going to take all of my, this is all my foils and stuff for this, and throw them in. Ooh, maybe a little bit at a time so that I don't make a giant mess. Ooh, alright. Trying to get things to actually pour in. And mix in. Come on. Come on. You can do it, red foil. It's all in relation to the size of the... Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Sorry, just a second. Let me get this put in here. My red foil, for some reason, does not want to move over. But no, like I'll see like a, a giant mural or a sculpture or something. I'm like, man, I bet that took a lot of time because, there's so much material that you have to move. And then I'll see something that's like really, really tiny, and I'm like, man, I bet that took a lot of time because there's so many details that had to be put into it. Because, like, if something's really, really small, it's much more noticeable if, like, there's a little, something that's small that doesn't, it doesn't work. You know, if you look at a painting that's like a normal size, you work with puzzle pieces a lot, and there's a balance between too fiddly and too bulky awkward. What do you mean you work with puzzle pieces? Do you make puzzles? I was just talking about how I'd like to make puzzles, because I think that sounds fun. But, yeah, that's, you get too small, the tolerance for errors gets harder to control. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's like, at larger scales, like a half millimeter difference isn't going to cause too many problems, depending on what it is. But usually, it won't be noticeable to the human eye, whereas like a half millimeter difference on a set of dice is a lot. Make an RPG game where all the rules are controlled via interlocking pieces. Oh, okay. That's very cool. That's very cool. Oh, okay, yeah. I feel like maybe you told me about this before. Was this the one? Were you the one that was making the like interlocking like set piece type things for an RPG? Or was that something else? Someone was doing that. Alright, let's add a couple drops of red. I said a couple and then did 3, which is not a couple. A couple's 2. We're gonna add 3. Because I want to turn this resin red. Alright. Get this all mixed up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of... Is that not red enough? That might not be red enough. I think I kind of want that darker. I think that's not red enough. Add a couple more drops. This is a lot of resin. Again, I said a couple and added 3. I don't know why I did that. That would be a few. Alright, let's get that all mixed in. And I think I want to add a little bit of a mica shimmer in there as well. It's hard to explain, but yeah, you probably mentioned it before, yeah. That's the thing with streaming, is like, people will mention things to me, and I'm like, that's very cool, and then, like, I just don't remember who mentioned it. It's like, please bring it up again, because I've probably forgotten. I have a terrible memory. The system uses custom dice, too. Oh, yeah, you were looking for the D10s that went from 1 to 10 instead of, like, 0 to 9. That's right. I am thinking of the correct person here, right? That was you that was looking for the D10s? I'm trying to get things figured out so that I can make my own masters, but I need to get some mold stuff figured out. There we go. Alright, I think this is looking pretty good. Let me show you. It's all red and foily and sparkly. There we go. I think that's looking pretty good. I feel like that looks like the right amount of things. I'm trying to kind of match a thing here. I'm hoping that it's red enough once it's... Because it's going to be... You also need fake dice. Oh! +1, but a blank on the other sides. Ah, okay. I'm worried it's going to be too pale once it's thin. Because I feel like when it's all like this, it definitely looks... Kitty cat! There's a cat scratching at my door. I don't know if you can hear it or not. But she seems very insistent that I let her in. I'm going to add a couple more drops of red. Baby, I'll be out in a little bit. You can't be in while I'm pouring resin. So it looks like the right red now, where there's a whole bunch of it. But once it's thinner, I worry that it's going to look too pale, because, light can get through it a lot easier, so it's not going to look as dark. So we're going to add a little bit more of the red pigment here. Make it just a little tiny bit darker. Yeah. So that it hopefully will look correct when it's thinner. That's the thing. So that's not like a kind of a thing with like my D2s I found. My D2s always end up looking a lot lighter colored than my other dice because they're so thin, and so you end up with more light through them, and not as much pigment like in front of each other. I think this will be good. Let's pour some of this and see how it looks. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. That definitely looks red. What shapes are my D2s? They're little kites. I have little kites. I thought they fit my logo really well. My logo is kind of like wider at one side and then pointy at the other. That was part of the reason, like, I got a D2 because one, I saw like other people with like their logos and stuff on D2s and I'm like, that's cool. And then two, because I saw that as an option, the little kite shape, and I'm like, okay, that would fit my logo perfectly. So now I gotta do it. Just because it'll fit my logo so well. Alright. We may end up doing, let's see, like, sometimes I'll do like another layer of resin once it's out, just to kind of flatten the bottom a little bit, because you end up with a little bit of a meniscus, so the edges go up a little bit on the sides because of surface tension with the resin. So I might end up doing a little, like another little tiny pour of resin once this is cured to try and get rid of that, but I think that looks about right. Hopefully that is enough foil and resin and everything. Oh wait, I need a little tiny bit for a keychain. I'm missing something. Let's see if we can get the last little bit out of here and into our little keychain mold. And I might need to steal a little tiny bit from the tray that I just poured to put into this keychain as well, because I forgot about it. I like to, so this is a commission, this tray is, and I like to send along little extras with commissions. So in this case, a keychain. I like to send along little extras in general. Have I played a board game called Call to Adventure? It comes with these awesome runes that are D2s. No, I don't think I have. I don't think I have. That sounds interesting though. What sort of like game is it? Is it a tabletop RPG or is it like a board game? I see a piece of iridescent flake. Yes, I want you in there. Okay. I'm going to, come on, get in. I'm going to steal just a little tiny bit to make a keychain. It's a board game. Okay. It sounds familiar, I feel like. I wonder if maybe I saw it at like my local game shop or something. Like, it sounds familiar, but that sounds cool. I do like playing board games. That's, I meet up with a very small group of friends once a week to have dinner and play board games together. And it is a good time. We've started, the concept is you develop a character as you play, and then at the end you read all the cards you took in and it tells the story of your character. Oh, that sounds really fun. I'll have to look into that because that sounds really cool. That sounds really cool. Alright, I think that's probably good. I think we've got enough in there. That can be a little bit shorter. Let's spread things down with a little bit of alcohol, rubbing alcohol. I can see a lot of bubbles on the surface of this. And this will hopefully help break the surface tension a little bit and get all those pops. Yep. Let's spread everything else down too. I actually have one more thing that it might be nice to pour. So let me grab a. It's one of your face, but also it's cool with all the rune tiles you get to cast. Ah, I will have to look into that. Call to Adventure. Because that does sound really fun. That does sound like a really fun game. Alright, so last thing, I'm doing a set of dice that's layered. I've got the first layer in, and now I'm going to add the second layer, which is going to be kind of a shimmery orange. Fun shimmery orange. I want a really thin layer, so we're just going to do like a little tiny bit of orange in each one. Or try to anyways. Plus I don't have a ton of orange. You ever think about making premium upgrade components for games and selling them as a pack? What do you mean? Like what sort of thing are you thinking of as like a premium upgrade component? I guess I don't quite know what that means. So I guess maybe I haven't thought of it, unless I'm just thinking of something by a different name. Alright, let me get all my things out here. Do you mean like for specific games? Like making like custom like little figures and stuff for like board games? Or like something else? Alright. Like some Etsy sellers might take Settlers of Catan, but like make hardwood game tiles for it. Oh, I see. I haven't really. Not really, but it's not a bad idea. I'd have to figure out like what I wanted to make those for, I guess. Like I'm always very worried about like getting sued for like copyright infringement. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to make things for specific games necessarily, and I don't want to get in trouble for it. But I could also see oh, what is the word I'm looking for? I could see making like little Broken Token is a company that does nothing but box inserts to organize. Oh, that's cool. Okay, good. Looks like things are spreading out. This one could use maybe a little tiny bit more. This one could use a little tiny bit more. I do like that idea though. I think I could see making, you know, like the little like tokens and stuff that people use as like characters or as score keepers for games. I could see making like a bunch of like custom ones of those. Like do all the different colors. You know, there's usually like a red and a yellow and a blue and a green. Like little meeple and stuff, but maybe do like those but custom. I feel like that could be really fun. You have to find the right games that are popular enough and also lend themselves to my yeah, because I do mostly resin stuff, so I have to figure out. I'm probably not going to do like wooden tiles, but Called Adventure seems like you could do that game. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Make the runes for it. I do want to look that up though, because that sounds like a game that's right up my alley. That sounds like fun. All right, let's see if I can just add a small line of orange. I'm gonna try and add just a small line of orange here. There we go. Let's see. I think everything here is looking pretty good. I'll add a little bit, tiny bit more to the four. I want a layer, but I want it to be thin. But I do want a full layer. Some of these where it's not quite making it to the edge, add a couple more drops. But then I think once I've got that, this one could use a little tiny bit more. Come on. Once I get these done, let's see. Also comes with a ton of tiny red cheap plastic gems. Ah, yeah. See, yeah. It's stuff like that, like the little like tokens and stuff. That's just like I could probably make something cool. I don't know if I'd want to go for specific games or just go for like, I don't know, kind of more generic type things, but And here, I'll add a little bit more to the D20. The D20 I feel like can always use a little bit more. It can be a little bit thicker in there. Alright. Cool. I think that's pretty good. Let me start getting our things onto a tray to go in. And it looks like I have few enough things I can just put them all on here. Normally I'd probably go put this on like a double-decker thing because, you know, this takes up room, but I don't think I need to. So let's see here. So let us do that. Okay. Kind of stack that there. Yeah. Yeah, I think this will work. Yeah, we need to get the keycaps in here too. So let's start getting some of these lids on. Let's see. Also common to do metal coin sets to replace the ones in a game. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are really cool. I haven't done a lot of like metal stuff either. I probably could. I don't know a ton about that as a material, but that could be cool. That could definitely be cool. Alright, let me actually get the lid down on this. Alright. And let's get the lids onto all of our little keycaps here. And we should have enough that it's going to squish up through the middle here. I think we're good. I tried to kind of overfill these a little bit. I had a problem last time where they weren't quite filled enough. And then it just didn't end up working out all that well. So let's make sure those are filled completely. I'll get all of these little caps on. That'll be good to go. Alright. Can I fit this over here? Ooh, maybe? Yeah! Yeah, I can. Ever so slightly. I don't want to squish this too much or anything. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. But so that is something I'll have to look into. I do want to start like branching out more into some like other things. So the idea of doing some other like game pieces and stuff would be fun. I have like a little tiny like, yeah, I feel like I could do something there. I could definitely do something there. Let me squish this between two things so it stays upright. I need to figure it out here. Maybe I will end up doing a double-decker thing because I think I'm not going to have quite enough room for those. Oh, are those filled? And there's like resin, cured resin stuck in one of the little. There we go. There we go. That should be a little bit better. Yeah, I think I need. Oh, okay. I am gonna put them on the. What games do we play in our group? I don't know. It's all sorts of random ones. We tend to play more like of the like games where you have to write things because you know each other type ones. Less like strategy ones. We do have some strategy ones, but it's usually more of the like you know each other. You have to guess like who said what type thing. We've started playing some more card games recently, which is fun. But it's a little bit of everything, I guess. All right, I need to go put these into. I got a little bit of extra resin here. What should we use those for? Yeah, social ones. That's a good way of putting it. Those are ones that we can all agree on. Like some of us, I think, like logic stuff. Like I love like hidden role games, but not everybody there does, so we don't really play those. You know, some people like. I like the like logic type games and the hidden role games and those sort of ones, but those aren't for everybody, so we don't end up playing those. So some people like the strategy games. Not everybody there is a big strategy person, so we don't usually play some of those, but we do every once in a while. So, but yeah, usually social ones. To be fair, we use it more as an excuse to meet up and hang out and have dinner. At least I do. I think of it more as an excuse to meet up and hang out and have dinner than it is to actually play a game. But I'm the same way about D&D too. I also treat D&D as like an excuse to meet up and hang out and have dinner. So, just like a little tiny bit of orange here. What am I gonna do with this? Yeah, I can do a little layer. Oh, so we have played code names. So this friend group during the quarantine, we, not all of us, but me and then 3 friends, we would meet up over Zoom like once a week and hang out. And we ended up playing code names online, which was fun. I like code names. So we have played that one a bit. It's not necessarily everybody's favorite, because I feel like that is a little bit more of a thinking game, I guess, but I really like that game. I've been thinking of trying to do more streams with games. So, like, Saturdays, maybe more games more games, less arts and crafts. And that's one of those ones where it might be fun to try and get a group together to play on stream. Just because you can play it on the computer, so it'll be easier to do. Alright, I'm going to go put these into the pressure pot, and I probably need to, I need to fill up the air compressor, so it's going to be a little bit loud. So I'm going to sign off, actually, for today. I should be back on Wednesday, streaming resin stuff. Or you're always welcome to head on over to the Discord, and we can chat games and stuff. That information for that is down in my about section, or you can do !Discord and it should pop up. But thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna head out, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye. Thanks for chatting.